Welcome to Spilling the Tequila, the podcast that brings you the tequila spilling energy without the hangover, unless you're Sonny Joe Flanagan. My name is Grace.
Hey, my name is Sunny Joyo, and welcome to Spilling. Welcome to Spilling. Welcome to Spilling the Tequila. As you know, at the start of the show, we always have a shot of tequila from a different brand, but I think Grace is okay for today. She's got a water, and I'm going to have a water as well, which we never do, but I've just been on a 5-day bender. So I was telling Grace before, my best mate, Georgie, is from England in Australia at the moment. So we've just been checking out a lot of bars and restaurants and eating and drinking. And I'm still recovering from the weekend. We went out with the boys everywhere in Sydney. That's possible.
You need to hydrate.
I need to hydrate and I need like aloe vera. I'm burnt, guys. I'm burnt. It was like 34 degrees in Sydney this week. Still is today. Not complaining. I was at Bondi Beach on Saturday. It was delicious. I definitely need to start working out on my Ryan Gosling body though.
You've got time.
I know. Well, I thought I had time, but now it's global warming. Summer comes early now, so.
What's that quote? If you're somebody on the beach, you have a beach body.
Oh, I like that. I'm really bad at sayings. Where do people get all these sayings from? Is there like a sayings group that I'm not part of or something? I don't get it.
I don't know. Maybe my TikTok knows that I need inspirational quotes.
Gotcha.
So they just give it to me. I don't know.
Damn. Now that we're doing videos, I forgot people can see me. I don't look that bad though, do I?
No, I said you look like a director.
Yeah. And action. Do you want me to start? I got some variety stuff.
Okay.
All right. It's a bit of this, a bit of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So because you know how last week's episode I talked about that if you have the tag at the bottom of your sheet, top sheet, fitted sheet, or doona cover, you always put it to the bottom left of your bed, and it'll go on. It can also go to the bottom right, as a lot of people were commenting on our TikTok. So just wanted to share that, and people loved it. People tried it.
Bottom corner.
Bottom left or bottom. Well, that's what the lady told me on TikTok. So I'm still sticking to bottom left because I've got a lot of OCDs.
Yes.
But for other people out there, it may work bottom right as well, just to let you know.
Interesting. Thank you for the update.
Yes. So I thought I'd go into more things that people might not know. I thought that was a good topic. But before we do, as I was saying, I was with my mate Georgie this week. We hired a Lime bike for my first time. I've never rode on one yet. You know, the Lime bikes that are everywhere now in Sydney, Broadway.
And they're part motorized, aren't they?
Well, they're electric, yeah.
Yes.
So I've just never rode one before. Have you?
I did in Canberra.
Right. Do you know how fast they go? They go really fast. I didn't realize this. It's
Is
like
it
a
the
motorbike.
same speed as like a scooter?
I think it's faster. It was
really?
very fast. Yeah. I deaf wobbles. It was fast.
Are you serious?
You know deaf wobbles? We like,
yes.
And
you're losing control of the vehicle.
Yeah, I deaf wobbles. But I mean, I just wasn't expecting that. But anyway, we rode from, I think, the city to Zetland, which, as you know, is not very far. You tap it, it's very easy. You get on the bike. I was freaking out because I couldn't work out how to put the helmet on because you had to unplug it and I couldn't get it off. And so we just stayed on the footpath. But why I just wanted to bring that up is we got off the bike and guess how much it is?
I was about to ask you how much is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So how long? Hang on. No. Hang on. Don't tell me yet. How long did it take for you to ride from start to finish?
I don't know. I'd say 15 minutes. Not that.
Okay.
I mean, it could have been quicker, a little bit quicker, but we were,
I'm
late
going
at night.
to say $18.
It was $16.82.
That's expensive.
That's so expensive. You're riding a bike. I could have got an Uber from the city to Zetland for that amount.
Yeah.
And if it's 2 people as well, then that's $40 worth of Ubers because it cost my mate the same. So it costs us $40 to ride bikes from Zetland from the city to Zetland.
So
crazy.
What's going to make people care about the environment and not want to get in a car?
Correct.
Man? Because it's too expensive.
Correct. I said, what's the incentive around this? I don't get it. My mate George is like, I don't get why they would do that. Because you'd ride it once, right? I would never ride it again because I'm like, oh, stuff that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But not for $18. I just needed to get from A to B. I just thought it would be cheaper and it would be fun and everything like that. So
yeah.
I don't know. One of my mates as well on Saturday night when I went out, I mentioned it because I was still bitching about it. And he said to me that I think they get everyone use. They don't make money from those bikes, and what they're trying to do is it makes you download the app, so everyone's got the app already, and then they're
Mm,
trying to get. You know how Sydney doesn't have the scooters yet.
yeah.
For some reason, we don't have them because it's against New South Wales laws. For some reason, they're trying to get it in, and it's a lot hard. I know I didn't know this either.
Boring.
So once that they get through the New South Wales law, and we get them, I guess everyone's got the app because they don't make money from the bikes; they make money from the scooters. And that's why
Right.
they've brought out the bikes. But I'm like, wouldn't you just, if you're bringing out the bikes, then wouldn't you just make them cheaper or something like that so people are using them? And then everyone does download the app because they want to have a go. I don't know. I still don't get it. It's insane that it costs that much money.
But I get that they don't make money off the bikes if you're in a city where there's scooters and bikes because people would
Yep.
rather get on a scooter. Like, I get
Yep.
that. But if you're in Sydney and we obviously don't have scooters and you just have bikes, wouldn't you therefore be making money off the bikes because you don't have an alternative? Do you know
Well,
what I
that's what I
mean?
thought, but maybe they don't because they cost so much. They're
Yeah.
pretty like
I was
high
gonna
end
say, I
bikes.
feel like when we went scootering in Canberra,
Yeah.
um, I feel like it was way cheaper than that.
Yeah, it
Or I
was.
mean, yeah, like we were on it for like an hour and a half.
And we went all the way to Parliament House and back on it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. This is like 15 minutes from the city to Zetland down the road. And it was
Yeah.
$18. So it was
Oh,
crazy.
corrupt.
Anyway, don't know what the
Anyway,
answer is, but it could be that. If you do know the answer, let us know. They're also owned by Uber as well. So like Uber, like suck a wank and make them cheaper.
I'm so off Uber. Can I just tell you my little off Uber
Of
thing at
course,
the
you can say
moment?
whatever you like.
So you know how you like can earn points on credit cards or Qantas points or all that stuff, and then you can like redeem them through, you pay for a flight, you pay for a hotel, or you get like a gift voucher to a store.
Oh yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
do know this, but yeah, go.
Yeah, I had points left over, and I thought, okay, this was before I was going away. And I thought, okay, what would be helpful to me while I'm away? So it just, like just get value for money. And I was like, great, I'll convert the rest of these points to an Uber voucher
Mm-hmm.
and put it in like my Uber wallet. And then when I'm away, like if it covers 2 weeks of Ubers, like great, like that's a load off.
Ubers Eats while
Yeah,
overseas, very helpful. Yeah,
anything.
I can
Just
see.
like,
Yeah.
So I did that. I think it was like $150 worth.
Yeah.
I get to England.
Yeah.
Uber doesn't convert the cash in your wallet to the local currency. Your Uber vouchers are only valid for the country that you are in.
I did know that though. I think when you told me this before,
I had
I
no
just
idea. It didn't
I
say
just knew that
anywhere
it
Uber
would have been if you look at
Australia. It just said Uber. I'm
I
like,
guarantee if you look at the T's and C's, it will say that you can
oh,
only
I'm
use it
sure
in the
it'd be in
country
the
through it.
T's
Yeah.
and C's.
And
But
that's
I was just thinking for a major corporation that's worldwide, that's supposed to be
mhm.
like bringing the world together and, the world's so small, we're all one person. Um, I just assumed that my wallet would be my wallet everywhere. If you can charge my credit card in the UK when it's an Australian credit card, you should be able to charge my Uber wallet.
Fair
That's
call.
my
Well, there you
point of
go.
view.
There you go, Uber. You need to change that. I guarantee they don't do it because of the conversion rate, but that's a whole nother story in itself.
Yeah, but I'd be happy to convert less.
But it's just probably too hard
Anyway,
for them business wise and tax wise and all that jazz. That's probably
I
why.
know,
But
but I'm off excuses from
so you
major
coming over to DD now?
corporations.
I always tell you to go to DD.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a message off them. They missed me. They've given me 20% off vouchers. So
Oh, cool.
go for a
That's nice.
drive.
Nice.
Anyway,
But moving
tangent.
on about us bitching about Uber.
Uh-huh.
Have you got anything to bitch about Uber with your stories? Please write in to spillingthetequila@gmail.com. For someone who's so hungover. Anyway, itchy blanket. Why does every household have an itchy blanket when they're growing up with their mum and dad? Did you have one in your household? I know I had one. I know my brother and sister had one. And it'd be that
Yes.
time why Grace finishes off laughing, where it'd be winter, whenever you grew up and what era, And you'd be like, I need another blanket, I'm cold. And then your mum would chuck you the itchy blanket. You're like, ew, no, mum, not the itchy blanket. Get me another one. And it's just a blanket that made you itchy. Why does every mum and dad have this blanket? Why is it itchy? And what's your story in regard to that, Grace? I just feel like everyone has that growing up.
There was the itchy blanket. There definitely
Mm,
was. But I think that like maybe my mum or my dad used it and they were like, oh, this is itchy. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. But
mm,
I'm going to raise
yeah.
you the itchy blanket and I'll
Mm.
raise you with the bowl that was used for popcorn, that was also the bowl that was used for vomit. It's
Wait,
always the same bowl.
wait, wait, what? I'm so confused right now.
So
All I
if
heard
you,
was
if,
when,
okay, if you made popcorn at home, right? Or your mum made
yes,
popcorn or whatever, you know, and you put the popcorn in a big bowl,
like the bowl to eat it out or the bowl to cook it in?
the bowl to eat it out of,
Okay,
that one
yes.
bowl, whether you have that one bowl in your family, that
Yeah.
bowl, I guarantee you, is the same bowl your mum would bring into you at night if you felt sick and you're like, Mom, I'm going to
Oh,
vomit.
to
And you
vomit.
put
I
the
get what
bowl
you mean
next to your
now.
bed. It's the
That's
same
so funny.
bowl.
That's hilarious. So the popcorn bowl is the vomit bowl.
The popcorn bowl is the vomit bowl.
Love that. It's like a
I
band.
know.
The MTV nomination goes to the popcorn bowl. That's a vomit bowl. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's a good analogy.
But
Analogy?
what's with like parents in the 90s?
Ah, I love the 90s. Parents are awesome. I know my mom had a sick perm. She permed her own hair once.
Was it long or was it short?
Well, no, that's the thing. So my mom at the time had like shorter hair, so maybe like shorter than a bob, and she permed her own hair. And when
Yeah.
she permed it, it went really short and it looked like kind of like Chris Jenner's haircut. It's like a boy's hair, but curly.
Like Kath
Um,
from Kath and Kim?
shorter than that. It just went really, really short.
Okay.
I and yeah, and then after that, me and my dad called her Bruce Lee. Because she looked like Bruce Lee. I
Oh,
know. She was
poor
sad, bless
Carmen
her heart.
Gonzalez.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's me. Boys,
I
see?
know.
Boys
I
are
know.
brutal.
And anyway, I shouldn't talk about my mom like that, but I do love her. She's iconic.
She is
Um,
iconic.
what did I gonna say? Yeah, so things that like I just had a couple of things to talk about, like the itchy blanket and the lime wire bike and like the tag at the bottom of your Duna cover bed. It goes on the bottom left or the bottom right, like we discussed before. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you some stuff that you may not know, which you'll find interesting. And the
Okay.
listeners and viewers, now that we do robots. Now, told you I'm hungover. Now that we do recording on videos, robots. What does even that mean? Um, so, did you know that people used to say prunes instead of saying cheese when having their pictures taken? Before it was cheese, it was prunes.
No, but I know Mary
Yeah.
Kate and Ashley say prune to get the perfect pout.
Oh, that's why. Putting two. Here you go. Let me read it, and then we can put two and two together. I love those two, by the way.
Whoa,
One
that's
of them
interesting.
just had a baby.
Yeah.
So
That's
in
when did they do that?
I'll read it to you
Oh,
now.
sorry.
In the 1840s, a big, dare we say, cheesy grin was seen as childish. So one London photographer told people to say prunes to keep their mouths taut, and that look predated today's fish face selfie by for about 180 years. That's why never when you looked at
Okay.
old photos, you're like, oh, why did no one ever smile in the olden days? Remember, they're always
I
like
was
look
saying
really depressed.
prune.
Yeah, I was saying prune. So ready? Let's do it together.
Okay.
One, two, three.
Prune.
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 Oh, mine shows a little bit of teeth. Prune.
Prune. Yeah.
Prune.
Prune.
Prune. Prune.
Prune.
Yeah, sorry, this is for the listeners that aren't watching the video. And now cheese. Ah, okay, get it. But there you
Yeah.
go. There's a good little fact. So they always say prune to get the perfect pout. Love
Mm.
that. Say
Yeah.
prune to get the perfect pout.
Boom.
Yeah, so that's
Prune.
been going on since the 1840s for 180 years before it was changed to cheese.
See, people think that they were dumb back then.
If you could come up with another word that might be good for photos, let us know and write into spilling the tequila at gmail.com. If there's another word that, gives a better smile, shows more teeth, gives more emotion,
You know what
maybe
shows a lot of teeth?
What?
Julie Andrews taught me this.
What?
When I took a photo with her, she looked at me and she said, when they take the photo, say money. And it makes
Money.
you
True.
smile.
Money, because we all love money. True. Wait, did you get a
Yes.
photo with Julie Andrews? You never how have not never
Yes.
discussed this before.
Oh
How
my
old were
God.
you?
That's
When did
that's that's for another, it's another episode in itself.
Okay. Okay.
I
All
will
right.
do that.
So I did not know that. Did you know before toilet paper was invented, Americans used to use corn on the cobs?
You are not serious.
I don't think I know that sounds really rude because the way corn and cob looks like, I don't think they put it up their bum. I think they got
No, I
the,
didn't think that.
oh, right. I thought they like that and then clean it. But I think
Have they eaten the corn off the cob?
no, I think they use, the green leaf, I
Oh,
think
I
they
thought you
wipe
meant
their
the
bum.
actual cob.
No, what would that do?
I don't know. I was thinking like if they ate the corn and then the friction from what holds the corn kernels would pick up. I don't know. Okay, so the
No.
leaves.
Yeah. And the mother, yeah. So they would use the green things. I think they wipe their bum
Yeah,
with that. Yeah.
right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of like
Yeah.
toilet paper, nature's toilet paper.
Yeah. True.
Hmm.
True. Oh, I forgot what the other fact was. That's all I had. That's
Oh,
okay. I've got like I said to you as well. As we know, we always have Ask Sun and Joe at the end of the show, or most episodes where people write in about anything and we read it on the show and give our answers. What did we talk about yesterday? Oh, we talked about, that's right, many things. Have you ever been called to HR? If so, what happened? So obviously, I
mm,
told everyone that listens and watches us that I got called into HR when I was 21 when I worked at Coca-Cola because I listened to my calls talking with clients and I was doing different accents on different calls because I was trying to practice my acting. And that's where the topic came from. So that's gone through. So people have wrote into us about their HR story. So I've got one for today that we'll do for
yes.
us, Sunny Joe. We'll save that for the end. So,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, obviously I was just
Okay.
trying to get there. Now
Yeah,
take it
it's
away,
okay.
Grace. Help me
It's
out here. I'm
okay.
very
It's
vulnerable.
like what's that thing called when you unconscious writing or whatever? It's like when you put pen to paper and don't think about what you write. That's kind of like your brain at the moment speaking.
I know. Is it
Just trying to
bad?
get it out there. No, it's not. I have a
Okay, I
really
hope
good
not. It's really
topic
bad.
today though. I think you're
Oh,
really going to
bring it.
enjoy it.
I love it. It was better than the pooing last week.
That was a big news story, okay? But
That
anyway,
was a
we're not
good
going
story. That's what
there.
I'm saying.
It's
Yeah, I
better.
love it.
Do you
Okay,
know
let's
the
go.
real reason Jerry Halliwell left the Spice Girls?
Um, I don't know the real reason, but my thinking was that not normal with groups or bands like that. They're just big. They've had 2 albums down. They're the biggest pop group in the world. And it's like, you know what? If I'm getting this much attention being 5 girls and money, imagine how much attention I'll get if I go solo because it's all about me. So that's, but
What
I
you
did think,
thought?
well, I knew she was fighting with some of them and stuff and arguing, which
Yeah.
is a normal thing to happen. So that was the rumors,
Yes.
which is probably true.
Yes. Yes. But it's not true. The real reason that Jerry Halliwell left the Spice Girls was because her and Mel B were in a
Yeah.
relationship and they broke up.
Wait, is this allegedly or is it true?
This is, well, I have evidence to back it up, and I'm about to present the evidence to us all because Sunny knows, but if our listeners don't know, I'm a mega Spice Girls fan. I believe Spice World, the movie, was robbed of an Academy Award.
Academy Award for what category?
Best Picture.
Oh my God, Grace. I know you love Spice Girls, but come on now.
It's an amazing film. Richard E.
Jesus.
Grant's in it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but it's not
anyway,
going to win Best Film.
it
Jesus.
should have. It should have. Anyway, so I will present to you now the evidence of their relationship, which has been all but confirmed by them. They've really heavily insinuated to it, but I'm going to read you a few little bits and pieces. So we start from the beginning, and during all their press tours, even during concerts, they would like kiss each other, which everyone thought was just like, haha, fun girl, playful, but they never kissed any other members of the group on stage. It was always those two.
On the lips or on the cheek?
On
Or
the
is there tongue?
lips. On the
Okay, that's
lips, yeah.
normal. It's normal for girls.
Which is normal, but
Yeah.
I'm just making that as our
Yep. Yep.
little
That's what I
starting
mean. I'm just
point.
adding in. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yes. So the story goes that they started as friends with benefits, but it developed into a relationship. And when they broke up, Jerry was so heartbroken that she left the Spice Girls. And if you don't know the story, when Jerry left the Spice Girls, she didn't tell any of the other girls that she was leaving. She like one night said, "Good night, girls. See you later. Like, bye," and never came back. And the next day after she did that, it was Mel B's birthday. So Mel B did this interview 30 years later and was like, "Oh, and Jerry left the group and she left it on my birthday. I wonder why." And everyone was like, "Why?" And so people have gone back in time through all the interviews and worked out this story. So Mel B has done an interview with Piers Morgan where she silently admitted
Go.
that they had a physical relationship when he said what went on with Jerry. And he said, "Did you ever, like hook up or did something physical happen there?" And she just like nodded silently and didn't say anything. And so everyone was like, what's happened here? Going back further, when Mel B got married to her first husband, he did an interview and said about her relationship with Jerry, their relationship goes on deeper than what people think. There was more going on there with other members of the group. When I came into the picture, Jerry tried to put me down because she knew Mel liked me. So this is obviously after they've broken up or sort of towards the end of their relationship when Mel B is meeting this husband. Jerry wrote in her book that she left the band because of a relationship breakdown, not due to not getting along with the girls. She wrote, "I have loved and lost. I give up. My heart is breaking." Next point. Jerry didn't have any long-term boyfriends or girlfriends during the Spice Girls and spent the majority of her time with Mel B, just generally in life, including Christmases and holidays. She said one particular Christmas day in her book with Mel B that she spent eating chips was the Christmas of her life, quote. Now, this last point is my favorite because I think it is so juicy. I know this is your favorite Spice Girls song, Viva Forever.
Great song.
Great song.
Such a good Spice Girls song.
Such a good Spice Girls song.
I do
Now,
that
I'm
song at
not
karaoke.
sure. I know you're really good at it too. I'm not
Back
sure if you
when,
know, but Viva Forever was written entirely by Jerry.
the whole song.
The whole song. It was the last single that the Spice Girls did as a 5-piece girl band. And if you've ever sat down and read the lyrics or thought about it deeper than singing it at karaoke, the lyrics are about a secret romance. The lyrics do not contain any male pronouns. So it's not like when two become one, for example, which is about, I don't know who in the group, but someone meeting like their love of their life and him and her become two become one. So there's no male pronouns. And then these are the lyrics, or just a snippet. "Back where I belong now, was it just a dream?
Is it just a dream?
Feelings unfold, they will never be sold. And the secrets, no, they will never be sold.
Sold. Ooh.
And the secret is safe with me."
And a secret safe with me.
So the feelings unfold, they will never be sold. That's obviously about selling it to a tabloid. They had to keep the relationship a secret because they knew this is the 90s. It's not like now. Like it would have blown up their careers, like coming out that they're lesbian lovers. and the secret is safe with me. So how about
Mm,
that?
right.
Is that news to you?
Interesting. Yeah, that's news to me. I haven't heard it.
I
That's
know.
spilling the tequila news.
I
That's spilling the
know.
tea. But it's allegedly still, right? It's not confirmed.
Well,
In no
they've
one's business, but it's out now.
yes, but
Good on them.
it's all but confirmed. I know.
They
I feel
yeah, they
sad that they
swim
had to hide it. Or maybe they
yeah, they
wanted
swim
to
in
hide it.
correct. And it could just
Hmm.
be they're just swimming in the pool, like they do both. So good on them. Getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I think they've
Exactly.
both admitted that, like, or came out as they've both come out as bisexual. So, like, this story
Right.
isn't outing them in any way,
But no one knew that they were actually they just had a really
that
they were
they
just in
were
love.
together.
Right.
Yes.
I could see it now.
Anyway, yeah. And you watch back interviews and they're very, like, flirtatious together. It's
Hmm.
very interesting.
Interesting. So Jerry left because she was in love with Mel? Like what's so
Yeah.
why does
They
that
broke up and she was
who broke
heartbroken.
up with who? Do you know?
Well, the story, this as the story goes, Mel B dumped Jerry, broke her heart, and very shortly after, Mel B met her first husband, who then he was a backup dancer for the Spice Girls, so he was on
Hmm.
tour with them. And I feel like it was all just too close, like you're in a band with your ex-girlfriend and then your ex-girlfriend's like dating one of your dancers. Like that's hard to deal with.
So so when Jerry left Spice Girls and then her single that she brought out was "It's Raining Men," was that to make Scary jealous? Because that's a very random song to bring out. That's a cover already.
Well, I think she only got that offer for the Bridget Jones soundtrack. So I feel
Oh,
like they
okay.
knew like they wanted to make that song in the soundtrack.
Got you. Got
And
you.
then yeah, because I think her first single solo was Look at Me.
Oh, that song's horrible, by
No,
the
it's
way.
so good. It is so
Look at
at
me.
me.
Da-na-na,
I
you
can
am
take
not the
it
bank.
all.
Oh, it's just weird.
So good. Anyway.
Dang. No, I think definitely Sporty Spice had the best solo career and songs in Spice Girls.
Oh
Reach out
yeah.
to us at spillingthetequila@gmail.com and let us know which is the best song out of Spice Girls. As you know, mine is Viva Forever. Grace's is
Do it.
Do It, Don't Even Know It.
Come on
And
and do it.
and what is your favorite song of Spice Girls out there? Could be a popular one, could be not unpopular one. Let us know.
Mm. Anyway, I
Cool. Well, that
spilled
was
the tea on
tea.
that one.
You did spill the tea on that one. Oh, it's gonna go viral. Heard it here right now.
It
Good on
should.
him. Good on him. I
I
like both of
know.
them. Bless them. Have you got anything else?
No, I thought that was pretty
No.
big tea to spill.
No, that was good tea to spill. I just didn't want to
Yeah.
like cut you off into the next section unless you had
No,
more to
no,
say. It's actually
no,
being
no.
polite.
Please drop our HR confession.
Yes. Okay. So I hope. Sorry, guys. I know I'm really hungover today and sound weird and look weird. I'm not my energetic self. Maybe it's a good thing because I'm slowing down my talking because I'm trying to get better at diction and vocabulary, like how Grace speaks with a calm voice. I want to speak like that. I know I had an accent right then, but I have been with my best mate for the last 5 days, so I've just picked up the accent. I should
It's
just do a
rubbing off
whole
on you.
I should just do a whole podcast with an accent to see what happens. Or is that
You
annoying?
should.
I shall do
No.
the next one. Yeah,
Yeah.
and see what happens. But anyway, so someone did write into spillingthetequila@gmail.com in regards to their HR story.
Mm.
As you know, we will share it. Obviously, we won't say any names. We keep everything private. And then Grace will give her view and I'll give my view.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. All right. Hi, Sunny and Grace. I have a HR story for you. For context, this was a few years ago before the #MeToo movement took off. Just
Okay.
to give you some time. So it was a while ago, right?
Okay.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Oh, um, I was working for a government agency in a team about 30 to 40 staff. Majority of the staff, at least three-quarters, were female. A male manager started a breakfast club for the male staff members. The breakfast club nicknamed quickly evolved to the boys club. People thought it was cute and nice bonding. I read the room, red flags ringing in my ears, and declined the offer to join. A few months later, a rumor went around for that manager that started the boys' club weekly because breakfast group for the boys' club weekly. Sorry, guys. A few months later, a rumor went around at work that the manager that started the boys' club weekly breakfast group was sharing nudes of his female colleagues with the boys' club mates. A few female colleagues contacted me, informed me of the rumor, asking what to do. After seeking my female peers if they were okay with my decision, the next day I took the issue up to HR under the impression my meeting would be confidential. I was wrong. It took about 3 hours before the gossip was flying and the boys' club learnt of my actions. I was isolated, bullied, ghosted, and ignored by most of the boys' club. In one of the fiery members confronted me, saying, "You have presented me as a creep, as some weirdo married man who has nudes of his colleagues on his phone. You destroyed my reputation. You never thought how this would affect me and other guys." I was calm and replied, "Yes, you are correct. I never thought about my disclosure would affect my male peers. I was motivated to helping keep a safe workplace for my female peers." I then interjected, "Just correct me when I have my facts incorrect. You're a married man who has nudes on your phone of female co-workers. You didn't ask the manager to stop sending you the nudes, and you never reported this to HR yourself. It's not my fault if people now view you as a creep. You should have done better." After a lengthy investigation, and in the end, the manager was fired. I never regained a friendship with any members of the boys' club, but I did keep my workplace safer for the female colleagues. A year or two later, I received a formal letter from HR thanking me for upholding the high standards expected for this government agency.
A
Wow.
year or two later.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
That's full on.
Yes.
That
Do you need
is
me to recap anything? Now is from
very
the other
full
side
on.
when you always read to me, or
No, I don't need recapping. I guess good point that if you do have nudes of your female co-workers and you're upset because your wife might find them, that yeah, 99% sure you are a creep.
correct.
I just can't, like, not that I can't believe it, I can believe it, but imagine someone having the nerve now to attempt to start a boys' club. Like,
I know it's so I know
it's it's
it's just
so
lame.
odd.
Losers. Losers.
Yeah.
Too much testosterone, and it's just like, and how, like, it's more fun if the females are in there, and they just, I don't know. I don't know what government job this is, but keep going. Sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
um replying, but playing tennis as he replying back with this, because you're right. You know, the fact that it'd be like me going to work and we work together, and and they're passing around photos and I can see nudes of you and stuff like that. I'd be like, this is so bad.
It's
Excuse
so
me.
bad. I can't,
Yeah.
yeah. I know. It's just crazy to think, like, even though that's a few years ago, that it's still like
For the
flew.
Me Too movement. Well, I think the
Yeah.
person who wrote in did the right thing, right?
Of
Female
course.
nudes going around of people that they also work
Yeah.
with. Yeah, I would probably report it too, because that's not good. How's that going down? Well, that this is, and it's not as if you're showing one person at your work, you're showing all the boys at work, which then, you know what I mean? So,
You're sending it to them as well,
and I think
which is
that this
like,
person
isn't
that
that
wrote in,
revenge porn?
kind
I don't
of,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the person did the right thing. If the other boys in the
Absolutely.
boys club didn't talk to this person, that's their own thing. You know what I mean? I don't think he was trying to get them fired. I think he was just trying to protect the peers. Because if she sent that with her consent, or he took it without her consent, we don't know. Sharing it to other people, they don't have consent to do that.
No. And
So,
also, if you're deranged enough to think that someone is trying to get you fired by dobbing you in for doing that, and that's the first reason you can think of as to why someone would say, like, this is a problem, you're definitely got some like narcissistic tendencies, I'm gonna say. If you don't think like, oh shit, yeah, I made a very bad mistake here. This is quite unethical. Like, it's not all about your career when
correct. It's
there's
about,
like 20
mm,
other people involved who also have jobs, who also have careers of their own. And then, like, what? one guy just wants to take the boys' club down like as a vendetta. Like, what? You're not that
Mm,
important.
I know. Exactly. You're not that important. You're working in a
Yeah.
government job. You've got nudes at work. You're showing other people. And it's not even just nudes like nudes from like a chick that he picked up on Tinder on the weekend. It's nudes
Mm,
from people who they work with, which is
mm.
very illegal. Makes people feel very uncomfortable. What if you knew them
It's
as well? And then you're right. The person who started the boys' club is the one with the photos. Well, he's made everyone part of this by showing, by showing them the photo, which includes them. So I think
yeah.
this person that wrote in did the correct thing by stepping away, uh, and reporting it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yes, I think this person that wrote in just did the right thing
I
and
agree
protected the female.
completely.
You know what I mean? And like I said, this was before Me Too. This is before cancelled culture and stuff. So you know what? You got bullied, you got left out, but deep down, those got other guys in the club would just be like, they would have known it was wrong and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to
And
be their friend anyway.
yeah, exactly. So sucked into the person that it happened
Oh,
to.
we
Maybe
love
respect
our
women.
yeah,
Maybe
we
do a
love our
class.
spilling the tequila listeners. They're so moral and good people, aren't they?
I agree. I hope
Yeah.
that person that lost his job told his mum about it, for a second, Jay. Let's see how your mum feels about this.
Yeah.
That you're in a government job
Tell
sharing
your
nudes.
daughter. Tell your daughter.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. Then let's see how you feel.
Yeah.
Instead of blaming the person who just reported it from day one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but what else are they meant to do?
You've left me no choice.
Correct.
Correct. Love that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Boom. Fight the power.
exactly.
I
Well,
love
thank you
it.
for writing in, whoever wrote that
Yeah.
in.
Thank you. That was a great story. I
It
mean,
was
it's
a
not a
great
great
story.
story that it
What
happened,
happened, correct.
but it had a good outcome.
And
As
we
good
like
as it
that
could be.
you got to thank I mean, I don't know why a year or two later, I mean,
No.
think that HR system at your work needs to be fixed. Um, and that's why we have HR for that reason. I think that's a little bit delayed, but I'm glad they did what they had to do, and I'm glad this person got fired.
Maybe we could run a HR company. We're really good at moral dilemmas.
You reckon? I don't
Just
know.
a thought.
HR's like, I reckon you'd love HR because you're quite nosy. What? Girl, that's
That's
true.
actually a good point.
It's true. You'd know everyone's gossip.
I know, and I wouldn't be involved. I mean,
Well, you
I
could be a
would. I'm
hair. What about
HR.
you could be a hairdresser. You learn everyone's gossip then too. But then again, I don't think because if someone told you really juicy gossip and you're cutting their hair, I wouldn't trust you. You'd be like, "Shut up!"
No.
And the hair falls.
Yeah, true. I would. Too reactive. I know. I couldn't keep a
That's so
straight
funny.
face. Anyway, well, we'll
Well,
wrap it up there, shall we?
yeah, wrap it up there. Great show. Thank you so much for everyone for being there for me while I'm hungover and sunburnt. But I will get through this.
You
Australia,
will survive.
we will get through this. Remember Julia Gillard used to say that? Love her. Anyway,
Yes.
better go. Love you guys. Write in spillingthekill@gmail.com. Give us a like, give us a follow, or just support us and start watching us on YouTube.
Yes.
We will see you soon.
We will.
Bye.
Bye.